It all started with flashing red and blue lights. That sudden whoop-whoop of a police siren cut through the quiet evening as Angela Davis, a well-dressed black woman in her mid-30s, drove home from a long day at the courthouse. She wasn't speeding. She wasn't swerving. She wasn't breaking any traffic laws. But when she looked into her rearview mirror, there it was, a patrol car glued to her bumper, signaling her to pull over. Angela felt her stomach tighten. Not because she'd done anything wrong, but because she knew all too well how these situations often ended for people who looked like her. She pulled over calmly, rolled her window down halfway, placed both hands clearly on the wheel, and waited. The officer approached, heavy boots crunching against the gravel shoulder. He was tall, broad, with mirrored sunglasses that reflected the last rays of the setting sun. His name tag read Officer Blake, and from the moment he opened his mouth, his tone made Angela's pulse rise. "License and registration," he barked. "No greeting. No explanation. Just a demand." Angela kept her voice calm. "Of course, officer. May I ask why I was pulled over?" Blake's lips curled into something between a smirk and a sneer. "I'll ask the questions here. Step out of the car." Angela froze for a second. "Step out? For what reason?" "Sir, with all due respect," she said carefully, "I'd like to know what violation I committed." That's when his mask slipped. His voice sharpened. "Don't get smart with me. People like you are always causing trouble. People like you." Those words hung in the air like poison. Angela took a slow breath. She wasn't just any woman being pulled over on the side of the road. She was a state attorney, one of the highest-ranking prosecutors in the state. She knew the law inside and out. She knew her rights. And she knew this officer had already crossed the line. But she also knew better than to escalate. So, she reached for her purse slowly, narrating each movement so there'd be no misunderstandings. "I'm reaching for my license now. Opening my wallet. Handing it to you." Blake snatched it from her hand, glanced at it, then rolled his eyes. "Angela Davis? Figures." He didn't bother looking at her registration. Instead, he leaned down, close enough that Angela could smell the stale coffee on his breath, and whispered, "I don't know how you afford a car like this, but I'll bet it's not from honest work." Angela's jaw tightened. She was driving a black Mercedes, a car she'd bought herself with years of hard work, late nights, and climbing the ranks in a system that wasn't exactly built to make it easy for someone like her. But this cop saw none of that. He just saw the color of her skin. "Step out of the vehicle," Blake ordered again. Angela did as told. She stood tall, her business suit still crisp after the long day. She kept her hands visible, calm, professional. And then, right there on the side of the road, Officer Blake started searching her car without consent. No probable cause. No warrant. Just arrogance. Angela's heart pounded. She could have stopped him. She could have pulled rank, flashed her badge, and ended the whole charade. But she wanted to see just how far he was willing to go. And oh, he went far. He pulled her purse apart, rifled through her briefcase, tossed papers onto the passenger seat, all while muttering under his breath about entitled people and knowing her place. Finally, when he found nothing, he came back to her with a smirk. "Looks like you're clean. This time. But watch yourself. Don't think driving a fancy car means you're better than the rest." Angela's calm mask finally cracked. She locked eyes with him, steady and unflinching. Then she reached into her blazer pocket and pulled out a slim leather case. She opened it slowly, deliberately, and revealed her gold state attorney badge. Blake's face drained of color. Angela's voice was quiet, but it carried the weight of authority. "Officer Blake, I am Angela Davis. I am the state attorney for this district, which means I oversee every single criminal prosecution, including cases of police misconduct." For the first time all night, Blake stumbled over his words. I didn't know, ma'am. I was just doing my job," Angela cut him off. "Your job? Your job is to uphold the law, not break it. Your job is to protect citizens, not harass them. And your job is to serve justice, not discriminate against the very people you swore to defend." Blake stammered, searching for an excuse, but Angela wasn't done. You pulled me over without cause. You searched my vehicle illegally. You disrespected me repeatedly. And worst of all, you revealed exactly what you think of people who look like me. Blake swallowed hard. His arrogance was gone, replaced by panic. Angela took a deep breath, then pulled out her phone. I have two options right now. I can call Internal Affairs and file a formal complaint, which will go on your record permanently. Or, she paused, letting the silence stretch. You can explain to me, right here and now, why you think I should let you keep that badge on your chest. Blake's mouth opened and closed. He had no good answer. Finally, Angela shook her head. No. I think the people deserve better. She dialed a number, put the phone to her ear, and within minutes, 2 patrol cars and a supervisor arrived at the scene. The other officers immediately recognized her. Their posture straightened, their tone respectful. Angela calmly explained what had happened, every illegal action, every disrespectful remark, every racial undertone. The supervisor's face darkened with embarrassment. He looked at Blake, then back at Angela. State Attorney Davis, I assure you, this will be handled immediately. Blake was silent, jaw tight, fists clenched. He knew his career was hanging by a thread. Angela turned to him one last time. This isn't about me. I'll be fine. But the next person you pull over might not be. And that's why men like you have no place behind a badge. With that, she got back into her car, gathered her scattered papers, and drove away. The fallout came fast. Within days, Officer Blake was suspended. Internal Affairs launched an investigation. And Angela? She didn't let the moment slip quietly into the night. She used it as fuel. At the next press conference, she stood before the cameras, the microphones, and the citizens she served. She told her story, not as a state attorney, but as a black woman who'd been profiled, harassed, and belittled by someone sworn to protect her. Her words hit like a thunderclap. This isn't just about one officer. This is about a system where power is too often abused, where judgment is made not by actions but by skin color, and where accountability is the only path forward. Justice doesn't stop at the courthouse doors. It must exist on every street corner, every neighborhood, every traffic stop. The crowd erupted in applause. News outlets picked up the story. Social media lit up. And suddenly, Angela Davis wasn't just the name on court documents. She was a symbol of strength, dignity, and justice. As for Blake, he tried to fight it. He claimed he didn't mean what he said, that he was just doing his job. But the body cam footage told the truth. And the truth didn't lie. He was stripped of his badge within months. Angela never celebrated his downfall. That wasn't who she was. Instead, she focused on the bigger picture, pushing for reforms, training, and stronger accountability within the police force. Because for her, it was never about revenge. It was about making sure no one else had to go through what she did. So, what's the lesson here? It's simple. Real power doesn't come from a badge, a gun, or a uniform. Real power comes from justice, integrity, and respect. Officer Blake thought he could humiliate Angela, thought he could intimidate her, thought he could put her in her place. But what he didn't realize was this. He had pulled over one of the very people who held him accountable. And when the truth came out, the tables turned. So the next time someone tries to belittle you, remember Angela's story. Stand tall. Stay calm. And know this, the truth has a way of shining through, even when others try to bury it. Because in the end, justice always finds the light.